Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Guys and gals, I am a part of both the disability community and the LGBT community. It is interesting because there is overlap between the two communities, and oftentimes people might not think about it. Today I am unpacking my identity as I discuss navigating different communities. In a previous video I told you about how, when I was 15, I fantasized about going home with another disabled boy that I met in Washington, D.C., and sleeping in his bed with him. That was when I first realized that I was gay. Since we both used wheelchairs, I would assume if that opportunity presented itself, I could get to his bedroom and to the bathroom because it would be accessible, obviously. However, like I mentioned before, I never experienced discrimination from either community when it came to my sexuality or disability as far as public accommodations are concerned. When the Washington County Gay Straight Alliance built the center on Strawberry, a community center here in Washington, they made sure that the building was wheelchair accessible. The building is all one level, and when I go to Second Friday, they're eager to help. Since they are an organization that serves the public, they must be wheelchair accessible according to Title II of the Americans with Disabilities Act. However, it is a lot different going to somebody's house. Many of my classmates that I went to high school with lived in trailers. Once, my friend invited me to her birthday party in her trailer. I was confined to the living room. My friend's mom had to remind her and the other guests to come out in the living room instead of being in her bedroom. No offense to my friend, but that was the last time I went over to her house. No offense to my friend, but that was the last time I went over to her house. When I was growing up, I attended family functions such as birthday parties and holidays. These parties were held at the houses which were inaccessible, and I was confined to the main level of the house. We were able to get around this by using my manual wheelchair, but still, hanging with my own cousins was virtually impossible. It was so frustrating. My family bought a mini elevator when my parents remodeled our house in Wisconsin. It was on 2 tracks that were attached to the wall with a car on the tracks. To operate it, you push and hold in the button, and when the cab went down, the floor plate would be flush with the floor. It wouldn't work for multiple levels. No. When we moved to Pennsylvania, We installed the elevator at our old house and put it in our new house, but it never worked correctly. The floor plate would stick when the cab was moving, then it would crash down. We tried several times to get it fixed, but with no luck. Now there was a concrete ramp that went from the garage that led to the basement to haul deer carcasses, but it was too steep for me to navigate independently. Therefore, I would pull my wheelchair onto the top of the stairs and would scoot on my bottom while holding on to the banister. I had my manual wheelchair at the bottom of the stairs that I would transfer into and go about my life. But I wouldn't expect a disabled boy to follow me. The house was ultimately foreclosed upon. Growing up post-ADA, I found it not as challenging as, say, my predecessors. Of course, I took an accessible minibus to and from school, and as I told you before, I was in regular education with supports which were outlined in my individualized education plan. My school bus, which was the only accessible bus, would drop me off and pick me up at the door by the auditorium, so that I could avoid the crowd of students. However, because West Green was so far behind, I had to hide a major part of myself. Navigating different communities is hard, but also fun. If you want a George Washington t-shirt like the one I am wearing, check out Washington Pride. Please like this video, comment, and subscribe. I will see you soon.